Right now it's 6, how La Crosse's mayor is driving efforts to enhance transportation and safety on the north side. Plus, air quality alerts issued for all of Wisconsin. What's causing the hazard and when these advisories are expected to lift.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off this week. Well, changes could be coming to the La Crosse County Jail, specifically some space that's just sitting there empty. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has a closer look.
A portion of the La Crosse County Jail has sat unused since 2010. Now county officials want to repurpose that space to better serve the inmate population. The current jail space was built in 1998. In 2010, the county expanded that space, adding 2 direct supervision pods in the process. One pod was used to house the male inmates, the other sitting empty for 15 years.
At that time, females were housed across the street in the old jail. Women were moved back across the street, but there was never actually a space built for them.
Female inmates are housed in the original 1998 space. Now the county wants to put them in the unused pod to make room for something new.
How can we take the space that we've already built with some minor alterations and make that space better for our staff to work with people with the mental health conditions?
The main jail space would be used to support inmates with mental health needs, something Siegel says is more important than ever.
The mental health needs in the jail have increased significantly over the last 20 years, and I would say over the last 10. We also had the opioid crisis. We don't have really good space for people with long-term mental health needs that we're going to have to house for a while.
That change would also allow the jail to offer more programming for inmates seeking treatment. Right now, the plan is still under development, but once it's complete, it will go before the county board. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Mayor Shondell Washington Spivey took residents on a bike tour of La Crosse's north side today. He led the 5-mile ride from City Hall with local leaders and residents. The group made stops to discuss transportation, safety, and infrastructure, including the railroad crossing and intersections along highways 14 and 61.
It's a small convenience, so to speak, for a long-term impact, and we're hoping that we can kind of get our infrastructure up to date. Both the streets, under the streets, on top of the streets, and so, yeah.
The city says the ride was part of ongoing efforts to improve transportation and safety on the north side. A hands-off Medicaid event was held in La Crosse today. It was outside La Crosse County Human Services. On hand were union workers, AFS-CME members, and Democratic State Senator Brad Pfaff. They targeted Republican Congressman Derek Van Orden and his support for the president's Big Beautiful Bill. The group says the bill could cost 270,000 Wisconsinites their health care and put 9,000 jobs at risk.
We are calling out the greed of Derek Van Orden. We are calling out the greed of the Trump administration, and we are holding them accountable.
Van Orden responded saying Republicans saved Badger Care, funded rural hospitals, and delivered tax breaks for seniors and working families. He called the criticism fear-mongering and lies. Well, wildfires in Canada are causing some air quality issues in the Midwest. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla joins us live with the latest. Seth.
Emily, the Midwest has been hit on and off with air quality warnings throughout the summer. But one thing is for sure is that people aren't taking it as seriously as others. People are still outside running, sitting at the park, and taking a walk in downtown despite the air quality warning. But for some, this warning can change their itinerary for the entire day.
This morning, you could even smell it, and this is similar to before. It does smell very sooty outside. It smells like fire. We are definitely seeing an increase in patients that have concerns about respiratory symptoms. If they are having symptoms, and this is happening on a weekly basis, or happening daily or weekly, or more than a few times, then they should definitely talk to their doctors.
Both health officials and the DNR advise people to stay inside regardless if you have a pre-existing condition or not. And real quick, before we end it, I just want to give a look at the bluffs in the background. If you look out there, you can see they have this like smoky haze about them. So I just wanted you guys to see the actual smoke on those bluffs. But live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now.
Yeah, it looks fairly thick. Thank you, Seth. Well, we had a nice, sunny, breezy last day of July. No complaints there, but as he mentioned, we did see, smell, feel that smoke.
I definitely could smell it. And it's unfortunate, too, because it is sunny out, and it's going to be sunny out, but it's really getting ruined by a lot of that haze. Like Seth said, can't even see the bluffs when you look across the river. That's when you really tell that there's a lot of smoke out there. Air quality alerts still spreading across most of the upper Midwest. The one in Minnesota is still lasting until 5 p.m. Saturday. Wisconsin's is set to expire noon tomorrow, but it's likely that that will get pushed back once again, as it's looking like we'll be dealing with some smoke issues as we go into the weekend as well. Current air quality index across really the entire upper Midwest is not looking great. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, and Iowa all seeing unhealthy amounts of smoke near the surface right now. That's why you can smell it out there. That's a level 4 out of 6 on the scale. Very thick, and that's really looking to stick around at least into tomorrow. Hopefully we can start to see it clearing out a little bit, all thanks to those strong fires burning up in northern Saskatchewan. And then, of course, our northerly winds are blowing it all the way down, especially as that frontal system passed through just a short while ago. Looking outside right now in La Crosse, again, you can really see it. The bluffs are kind of hazy out there. 75 though, so really temperatures aren't too mild. And now we have some light winds as well in both La Crosse and Eau Claire, blowing fairly light. Still out of the north though, so again, that smoke will continue to move down until we get a little bit of a switch in those winds, but it looks like we have that switch coming as we go into the weekend. So I'll have the details on that in a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Nicole. Community members came together this afternoon to celebrate the 17th anniversary of the dedication of Our Lady of Guadalupe Church. The shrine came from Cardinal Burke's vision after arriving in the La Crosse Diocese with the goal of deepening faith. The church was completed and dedicated in 2008.
When Cardinal Burke was then Bishop Burke, the Bishop of La Crosse, he knew that this was an important thing that was missing in the life of the church, was the devotional life. So he had this vision to dedicate a shrine to Our Lady of Guadalupe. And though the shrine was started much earlier, it wasn't until 2008 when the beautiful shrine church was completed and dedicated in 2008, which its anniversary is what we celebrate today.
Cardinal Burke offered the Mass today with Cardinal Ike from the Netherlands giving the homily. A Delta flight was forced to land at Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport. The flight from Salt Lake City to Amsterdam was over Wyoming when turbulence hit. There were 275 passengers and 13 crew members on board. 18 passengers and 7 crew members were hurt.
If you didn't have your seatbelt on, everyone that didn't they hit the ceiling and then they fell to the ground. And the carts also hit the ceiling and fell to the ground, and people were injured, and it happened several times. So it was really scary.
Delta says people on board that flight were rescheduled for a flight today. Coming up, construction businesses inspiring and educating the next generation and their hopes for the impact of this event. Plus, how area students are getting a hands-on experience running a business when we come back.
Find comfort in your world in a stressless recliner. Take a time out, have a seat, and enjoy a special offer from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Save in an instant on stressless furniture at Drury's in Fountain. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless recliner, sofa, or sectional, designed with the world's most innovative comfort features. Don't wait. It's time for Stressless. On sale now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
You don't know how much pressure you put on your septic system, but Rid-X does. In a 21-month study, scientists proved that Rid-X reduces up to 20% of waste buildup every month. Take the pressure off with Rid-X.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance, at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
In West Salem, it was a day of bulldozers and blueprints for some kids. News 8 Now's Brooklyn Hine is in the newsroom with more. Brooklyn.
Today, local construction businesses showcased equipment and machinery to a group of curious kids. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater La Crosse hosted around 60 kids for this interactive construction experience. The kids at the event explored real machinery, construction equipment, and drove a vehicle simulator.
They get to touch the machinery, some of the machinery they get to sit in, and then some of the businesses also have activities at their stations for kids to do that are hands-on learning opportunities.
This is the 4th year of the Kids in Construction program. The Boys and Girls Club anticipates more events like this in the future. The participating construction businesses hope this experience inspires kids to explore a career in the construction industry. Reporting from the newsroom, Brooklyn Hine, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Brooklyn. And area students are getting a hands-on experience in running a business. The Pizza Project at UW-La Crosse gives insight into building a business from the ground up. Students competed to build the best brand, even creating their own logo. The 4-day event teaches the ins and outs of marketing and food and kitchen safety.
I also think that it was really helpful for learning how to work with different people, and because that's always important in business. So they were in groups that were just kind of randomly assigned. So they had to kind of branch out and work with people that they'd never met before.
The program is open to students entering 8th to 10th grade. We'll have more news ahead, but first,
those smoky skies are forecast to stick around for at least going into the start of the weekend. After that, we have a chance for it to move out. I'll have all the details coming up right after the break.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
We see you out there making the most of every moment.
Happy birthday, buddy.
One big, bright idea at a time. At Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it by offering best-in-class products and solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like select tires, buy 3, get 1 free for rewards members. 15% off select brakes, steering, and suspension parts. These real truck bed covers, $50 off. Plus, rewards members can save an extra 10% in-store during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's private shopping night this Sunday only, starting at 5 p.m.
Like a lot of things, people come in all different sizes. That's why Slumberland invented the Any Size One Low Price Mattress Sale. Right now, for our anniversary, no matter what size mattress you want, twin, full, queen, or king, you pay just one low price. Get this memory foam for just $99. Any size, just $99. Want it thicker? Any size, just $169. Even thicker? Any size, just $199. Any size, one low price mattress sale. Only at Slumberland.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on this Silverado, plus $1,000 cash allowance. That's over $7,000 total value, plus $5,250 total cash allowance for current Chevy owners.
It's Hy-Vee's 3-day meat sale this Friday through Sunday. Get our special recipe brats, 10 for $10. Bacon wrapped sirloins, just $3.99. Fresh ground chuck, $4.48 a pound. Hormel Black Label bacon, $2.99. Pork loin back ribs, $2.99 a pound. Bar S Franks, just 98 cents. Plus, get even more great deals for the grill. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No, and you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, you've heard of firefighters rescuing a cat up a tree, but what about an iguana? An iguana and its owner were outside sunbathing. The owner fell asleep, and when he woke up, the iguana had climbed 45 feet up into a tree. Firefighters came to the rescue and brought it back down to safety. Well, good for them. Well, we're ending July on a fairly mild note, except for all that haze getting in the way. Let's send it over to Nicole on when we can expect it to go away.
I wish it would go away a lot sooner than it is, because unfortunately it's looking like it's going to stay here for at least going into tomorrow and especially into the weekend as well. Hopefully not the entire weekend though. That's what we're really banking on, because it's looking like temperatures and really overall weather conditions are going to be very mild and quiet. A nice change from what we had with all that heat just a few days ago. So hopefully the smoke moves out, and it looks like there are signs that it could, but we still have to get through the next 2 days. As we wake up in the morning, still seeing a lot of smoke in the air above us, maybe a little bit of a break going into Friday afternoon, but that's not going to last forever, because we'll have additional smoke moving in Friday evening, and it's looking to last as we go into Saturday morning as well. After that, there are signs of a possible wind shift that could hopefully move a lot of that smoke out of the way, but I really wouldn't bank on a very quick change, because as we've seen outside for the last day or two, there is a lot of haze out there, so it's not going to move away just like that. What is going to be our saving grace is hopefully going to be this high pressure. Now, it's been situated over into northern Minnesota for the last day or so. It's really been giving us these quiet and for the most part sunny, apart from that haze, conditions outside. As we go into tomorrow morning, we're going to start to see it slowly make its way north through the area until it moves off to the southeast, really keeping us quiet. But the main thing that it's really going to help with is shifting that wind direction. We've been seeing winds blowing out of the north for the last few days, really funneling in that smoke out of Canada, but now we'll see winds blowing out of the south, especially as we get later into the day Saturday. Much of the area will be seeing southerly flow, and hopefully that can start to push that smoke out of the way. Again, it's not going to be an immediate change, but we should see that change eventually, because we'll likely have southerly winds for multiple days afterwards. It's also going to aid in a little bit of a warm-up. Not quite yet, though. Again, that's coming in Saturday evening. For now, we're actually staying kind of on the cooler side, especially our lows tonight north of I-94, getting below 50 degrees, even in Black River Falls and Sparta, where we typically see those cooler temperatures. You'll be a little bit chilly tonight. Everybody else staying in the 50s across the area. Tomorrow's highs, though, still very comparable to where we were today. Still warming up as we go into the afternoon. Much of the area in the upper 70s. A couple more of us could be cracking into that 80 mark. 80 degrees for your high in La Crosse, 78 for your Friday high in Eau Claire. Sunny as well, but still that haze lingering throughout the day tomorrow and likely going into Saturday as well. But once those winds shift around, still feeling a little bit warmer already as we go into Saturday morning, but this warming is going to be very gradual, just staying at least into the 50s as we go into Saturday morning, so a little bit warmer than we'll be tonight. And then Saturday's highs, again, for the most part, fairly comparable, other than the fact that we could see a couple additional locations getting into that 80-degree mark. Additionally, that high pressure is also giving us some dry stretches of weather. Really looking to stay dry as we go all the way through the weekend. Possibly some activity passing through on Sunday, although really chances are fairly low, just around a 10% chance of an isolated shower. And then going into the start of the week, we can start to see chances increasing as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, especially into the nighttime period. Also, once we get into the middle of next week, in addition to those rain chances, we're also going to see the temperatures start to slowly rise because of that southerly flow. Again, it takes a couple days to start to see the difference, but we will see a difference nonetheless, going from the low 80s to finish this week out, and we'll eventually get back to near normal, if not back into the upper 80s by the end of next week. So summer's not entirely over yet, but hopefully it won't be getting as hot as we were a couple days ago.
Yeah. True. All right. Thank you, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, a Twin Star infielder shipped away before the trade deadline. Plus, another former NBA player returns to the area to coach up the next generation of ballers. Jacob is up next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Start your summer with better sleep during Ashley's summer savings event with Ashley Sleep mattresses starting at just $250. Plus, pay no interest for 5 years on top bedding brands starting at only $38 a month. Better sleep starts at Ashley.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Head to Menards and get everything you need, plus an 11% rebate. Deck out your dorm room with deals on convenient and stylish essentials. Add warmth and comfort underfoot with a Bound Accent rug. This organizer is the perfect solution for simple yet stylish storage. Whether for work or play, this gaming desk has what you need to organize all your tech gear. Hurry in while supplies last and get an 11% rebate on everything.
Save big money at Menards.
Experience the thrill of gaming at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin. Whether you're a slots enthusiast or prefer the excitement of table games, we've got you covered. Enjoy delicious dining options, live entertainment, and exclusive promotions that add even more memories and adventure to your visit at any one of our 6 locations. And coming soon to Beloit. More of our amazing gaming options, amenities, and outstanding service you can count on. Find your fun today at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin.
Create your ultimate summer escape at Ashley's Summer Savings Event with hot buys for every room starting at just $199. Plus, save up to 25% off your entire purchase, in-store only. Only at Ashley.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, we are continuing the trend of Coulee Region's standouts giving back to their community in the form of basketball camps. Today, one of the best sharpshooters the state has ever produced was back home to help coach some kiddos up. Former first-team All-State performer and state champion with the Onalaska Hilltoppers, Matt Thomas, held his 8th annual basketball camp at R.W. Beggs Gymnasium. The camp had about 80 participants with 2 separate sessions ranging from 2nd to 9th graders. It focused on building the right habits, working hard, having fun, and treating others with respect. And Matt says it's similar to camps he used to take part in when he was growing up.
I mean, that's a big reason why I want to do this, right? Is like to give back to a community that gave so much to me. And yeah, I mean, my mom put me in camps similar to this when I was a kid, and along with that and playing back in the park and in the backyard, like developed my love and passion for the game. And that's why, I mean, I'm a big believer in summer camps, and there was a few that I did when I was a kid as well.
Shooting and dribbling drills were incorporated. There was a Q&A session, awards given out to top performers, and after Matt stayed to take pictures and sign autographs for each and every kid. He hopes that the example he has provided gives them hope to achieve whatever they put their minds to.
Hopefully that they can understand that, like, your dreams, you know, can be realized, right? Like, if you work hard enough and you know, obviously you need to, you know, a lot of things need to go your way, but it's obviously not just athletics, you know, it's every area of different careers and different paths, and if you work hard, that you can achieve your dreams.
Thomas coming off one of the most productive seasons of his professional career. More on that story later at 5 p.m. today, marking the end of the MLB trade deadline. And after sending away their all-star closer to the Phillies last night, today the Twins ship Carlos Correa back to Houston. It's reported that the Astros were the only team that Correa would waive his no-trade clause for, and it sounds like he'll play third base for Houston as Jeremy Pena will be the shortstop when he returns from injury. The Twins are sending Houston money in the trade, but Houston is paying the majority of Correa's contract. And But Brewers made one move as well, I guess, too, but they trade away one of their pitchers, Nestor Cortez, and they acquire Shelby Miller from Arizona, so we'll have more on those deals later. But a guy you used to root for is back in Houston.
Yeah. He was part of our World Series championship in 2017. So, yeah, no, I know a lot of Houstonians are going to be excited to have him back.
Definitely. A good bat in the lineup for sure. And I know a lot of Brewer fans maybe not too happy with the lack of moves today for the Crew, but I guess keep hope. They still have the best record in the league, but would have been nice to get another batter too. But
for
that'll
sure.
do it.
Okay. All right. Nicole has a final look at your forecast right after this.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. A West Mex legend has returned. The Taco Burger is back at Taco John's.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Well, tonight isn't looking too bad. A little bit hazy still out there, a low of 57 in La Crosse. Calm winds as well, so really the evening isn't looking that bad if you want to spend a little bit of time outdoors, but again, not too much because it is fairly smoky out there. Eau Claire actually getting a tad cool tonight, 51 for the low. Actually, some folks north of I-94 getting into the 40s for your low. So how about that for the last day of July, getting into the 40s? I don't think I would be a fan of that.
I needed a little jacket during my dinner break yesterday, admittingly. And I need a heater in this newsroom today, too. I can feel it from all ends. All right, thanks for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you at 10.